The plate hit the floor before she even saw it coming. "Are you blind, Maya?" barked the manager, his voice slicing through the quiet lunch rush. Heads turned. The black waitress froze, eyes wide, her hands trembling beside the broken china. "You just spilled soup on our most important customer." I'm sorry, Mr. Carter. It slipped." "Save it," he snapped. "You're lucky I don't fire you right now." Maya bent to pick up the shards, her cheeks burning as laughter rippled from a nearby table. One customer whispered, "Pathetic," under his breath. Carter leaned closer. "Clean this up. Then clock out. You're done." Her throat tightened, but she forced herself not to cry. If he only knew who was waiting for her outside, he wouldn't dare raise his voice, because the man waiting in the black car across the street wasn't just her husband. He was the one people whispered about, the ghost in every crime story. Maya swept the floor silently, her reflection trembling in the puddle of spilled soup. She'd worked double shifts all week, never late, never rude. Still, the manager treated her like she was invisible, or worse, beneath him. Her co-workers pretended not to notice. One, a timid hostess named Claire, whispered as she passed, "Don't cry, Maya. He's in one of his moods again." Maya nodded faintly. "It's okay," she said. "It's just a job." But it wasn't. It was her dignity. When she walked into the back room to grab her purse, Carter followed, blocking the door. His voice dropped, hard and cold. "You think your pretty smile saves you, huh? Not here. I run this place. You're replaceable." Maya looked up, steady this time. "I understand." He smirked. "Good. Then leave the uniform." "You don't need it anymore." She hesitated. "Can I just get my last check?" "You'll get it when I decide," he hissed, leaning closer. "Now get out." She turned, forcing her shaking hands to stay calm. Outside, the afternoon sunlight hit her face, and she finally let out the breath she'd been holding. Her knees felt weak. She wanted to scream, to cry, to disappear. Then a deep voice from behind her. "Maya, what happened?" She turned. Nikolai stood beside the car, tall and broad, his white shirt spotless, his expression calm, but his eyes were ice. People said he was an ex-Mafia enforcer who'd walked away years ago. Maya never asked. She only knew he protected her with a quiet devotion that scared her sometimes. "Nothing," she whispered. "Just a bad day." He looked past her, toward the restaurant doors. "Did someone touch you?" Maya shook her head quickly. "No, please, let's go." But the way her hands trembled gave her away. Nikolai's jaw flexed once. He opened the car door for her. "Wait here," he said softly. "Nick, don't, please," she begged. "It's not worth it." He smiled faintly, the kind that didn't reach his eyes. "Everything is worth your peace." Then he walked inside. Carter was behind the counter barking orders when the door chimed. "Whatever you're selling, we're closed," he said without looking up. "Then this won't take long," a calm voice answered. He looked up and froze. Nikolai stepped forward, his presence filling the room. Every conversation in the restaurant died instantly. Even the air seemed to hold its breath. Carter straightened, frowning. "Sir, this is private property." "I know," Nikolai said quietly. "That woman you just humiliated, she's my wife." Carter blinked, scoffing nervously. Your wife? Look, she made a mistake. It wasn't personal." Nikolai's gaze hardened. "You broke her spirit over spilled soup." Carter's throat bobbed. "It's just business, man. I can hire someone else." Nikolai leaned closer, voice barely above a whisper. "Then you should learn how to treat people like they're human. Because business without respect becomes punishment." For a heartbeat, no one moved. Then Nikolai set a thick white envelope on the counter. "What's this?" Carter muttered. "Your new reality," Nikolai said, turning to leave. "I just bought this restaurant." The room erupted in whispers. Carter's face drained of color. You can't—" "I can," Nikolai said, pausing at the door. "Effective immediately, you're no longer the manager. Maya runs it now." Maya, standing just outside the window, gasped. She hadn't known, hadn't wanted this. Nikolai stepped outside and took her hand gently. "It's done," he said. She stared up at him, speechless. "Nick, why?" He smiled softly. "Because no one humiliates the woman I love." That evening, the restaurant lights glowed warmer than usual. Carter was gone. The staff whispered among themselves, watching as Maya, still in her simple black dress, walked behind the counter for the first time as manager. Her hands still shook, but this time it wasn't fear. It was disbelief. Claire ran up to her, eyes wide. "Maya, is it true? You own this place now?" Maya gave a small, humble smile. "Not own, just running it. For now." When Nikolai stepped inside, dressed in plain clothes now, no one dared meet his eyes. He sat quietly at a corner table watching her work. There was pride in his gaze, but also peace. As the night went on, Maya noticed something she hadn't before. Kindness. The same customers who had looked down on her earlier now smiled, greeted her, even apologized. One woman said softly, "You didn't deserve that." When the last table cleared, Maya walked to Nikolai and sat across from him. "You didn't have to do this," she said quietly. He reached for her hand. "You would have done the same for me." That's what love is, Maya. Standing up when the world tries to push you down. She smiled faintly, tears glistening in her eyes. "I don't want revenge," she whispered. "I just want peace." "Then that's what you'll have," he said. Outside, the rain began to fall, washing the city streets clean. The sign above the restaurant flickered softly. "Bella Vita. Beautiful life." As they stepped outside together, Maya glanced back one last time. "This place used to feel like a cage," she said. "Now it feels like a beginning." Nikolai wrapped an arm around her shoulders. "That's because you changed it," he murmured. "Not me," she smiled, leaning into him as they walked into the night. Hate divides, but kindness heals. No one deserves to be humiliated for who they are. True strength is not in power, but in protecting those you love with dignity.